all of us are dead. The incident starts when some friends that they beat another guy and asking him if he will say their names at his suicide message, and they still beating him, especially after he trying to defend himself, and suddenly he deciding to revenge, and he tried to beat them and attack until they beat him and throw him over the roof where they were on. Then one of the guys looking at him from there, and he was very scared. Then a doctor at a hospital telling the police that the patient in dangerous situation, and there was a man getting inside at the room of Jane, and he was in a bad situation. Then he said, "Dad, I'm sorry because I tried to kill them and I will not do it again." Then the father will tell him that everything will be alright. Then the son became having cramps and saying that he want revenge and will be kill all of them. Then the father sang, understood what's happening, and he taking a holy book from the shelf and starting to hit his son on his head until dying, and dropping the book after that. Then he put the body in a bag and taking it outside, and while he walking he fall down, and suddenly Jane's hand catch his father's hand, but after check his heartbeat he know that Jane is dead. But Jane hold his hand father's again and start moving in the bag. It was his transformation for a zombie. In the class there was a girl walking up after sleeping, and she was alone, and after hearing a noise she will check the box and trying to knock it. Then the noise starts again. Then she became scared, and after recover the box she saw a mouse, and she trying to play with until the silly mouse bite her finger and still trying to attack to bite her again, and Sang was there. She told him what's happened, and when she was trying to get out he attacks her and taking her inside and closed the door. Then outside a group of students planning to go together to have a lunch at their friend father restaurant, and they was talking about the teacher Sang who was absent for several days after his son's death. But one of the students say that he was at school today and his smell was like a moldy body, and his situation was very bad after his son's death and the strange behavior when he was writing very fast. Then we saw the school security is checking the classes, and we know that Lee was alive, but she was tied and can't asking help. Then we came back for Jane's killers when they taking a boy and a girl for a building under construction, and they warned them not to say anything about Jane's death. Then they starting to cut the girl's clothes, and the boy defense was useless. Then they force him to take a video for her naked, and when the hostage trying to get out he helps them by protecting and not to give up for them again. But the girl, after remembering her naked video, she decides to stay with the bad boys. The next day a girl asks her partner to meet her at the roof after the class because she loves him, but he tried to avoid her, but she was insistent to meet him. In the class the teacher asking about Lee's absence, but the students told her that she is hiding until yesterday. Then the teacher meets Sang and telling him that Lee is lost until yesterday, but he told her that he don't know anything about her until she heard something noise inside, and he tell her that this is the red hamster, and she believe him because he's the science teacher. Then he get inside to the tools room, and Lee was tied there, and he recording a video and saying that the rat bite a girl and he injected her by a drug, but that was temporary effect, and after cramps starts again he gave her another dose. Sang is not a bad person, but he must do it, and his heart was broken because of his son. Then he came back to the class while Lee was trying to get free, and she success. While another teacher listened in the class, Lee entered in the class and she dropped down, and the teacher asked her about the criminal. She told her that was Sang. He tied her inside the tools room. Then they take her to the school clinic. The doctor tried to help her, but there were aggressive cramps, and they tried to secure her, but she told them that she will kill them, and she tried to bite them, while another girl telling the students in the class that Jen didn't kill himself and he didn't suicide. And his father trying to revenge for his son. Then one of Lee's friends get inside and telling them that Lee is inside the clinic, and she tries to bite her friends and her body like a moldy body. While the ambulance was arrived and taking Lee to the hospital, and the driver is the father of one of the students whom she was bitten from Lee, but there wasn't any side effects. And when we came back to the lovers, Young wanted to get out with the Chen in a date, but he refused because he liked her as a friend. She was shocked. Then she gave him something special and went to the roof. And when Sang came back to the tool's room, he didn't find Lee there. Then the teacher come inside and telling him that Lee went to the hospital. Then they went to the manager office and she told them that she called the police. And the detective get inside and he will arrested Sang. Then we saw the doctor is sick and she remember when Lee bite her and her hand was in a strange appearance and her temperature was very high. Then she starts to have cramps and she fall down on the ground. Then the ballet students wants to ballet on the doctor by video because they think that she's drunk. But she was transformed and she attacked them until she knocked against the wall. Then she bite one of them and attacks the others. Then the bitten boy became a zombie too and attacks the others. And while the girl wanted to suicide, her college trying to help her, but she was disappointed and she wanted to jump. The scene was terrified and the zombie attacks everyone there. And Xiang with her iPod was listening to music was attacked, but her friend will save her and trying to run away from the infected persons. And there were some friends talking inside the entertainment hall, but it will be a zombie attack and they will attack everyone by the zombie. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and support us by a like for the next episode your channel Moviewood.